Okay, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. It's just me and Yoshi again, because seemingly no one wants to join the last few weeks. How's it going, Yoshi?
Hey everybody. It's going okay. You know, long days at school, the usual.
Yeah. Anything else slightly more exciting going on? Play any games or anything?
Actually, yes. Yes, I have. I have been addicted to gambling
Dragon Quest?
in Dragon. Yep. Speaking of which, I should probably do that while I'm sitting here.
Yeah, it's something
Play
to
the slots.
do.
Well, I started with 100 tokens. I now have 57,785 tokens. I have been save scumming my way to, I'm trying to get over 100k tokens because then I'll pretty much never have to farm for gold again and never have to farm any more tokens. But it takes freaking forever.
Yeah, you can imagine. I usually avoid the gambling in those, just because it doesn't really seem all that rewarding.
If you do it when it first shows up, you can get some gear that might be better than the stuff you can currently buy in the next couple of towns, which is the whole reason I did it, was because there was gear there that I could use. And then I just kind of got addicted to it. And, that was a few days ago now.
Yeah, the gambling in Dragon Quest XI is probably even less worthwhile then, just in terms
Mm.
of me, because you have crafting in 11. So anything you can build from the resources you gather is better than what's in the shops.
Oh, lovely.
You do get mini medals, and you can take those to an area in the casino. So you do still have to go to the casino, and they do give you stuff. But it's just there's not a whole heck of a lot of point to that, and you constantly have a ton of gold because of it, because you're not spending it on gear.
I'm kind of still grumpy about 11 because there's still no word in when the Switch version's coming out.
Yeah, we've heard that there's like an S being added to the title so far. That's about all we know.
So they're going to call it Dragon Quest 11S.
Something like that. Or I have no idea.
Bad vibes, man. Bad
Yeah,
vibes.
that's one of the few versions of things where I'm disappointed that we're not getting the 3DS version, just because that is a relatively unique version of the game.
Mm. I don't know what they're going to do for the Switch version, whether they're just going to like port this PS4 and X. Is it on Xbox One?
No, just PS4.
So PS4 and PC.
Yeah, and 3DS in Japan.
Oh, I figure that the Xbox One players probably wouldn't want to play it anyway.
Meh.
Or most people already have all three of the systems now.
Yeah.
They're not like me, who's, reluctant to buy anything made by Sony or Microsoft past the PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
which people still find weird.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just your preferences.
If it's not on the Switch, it might as well not exist.
You're not the only
I,
one in the club that thinks that way. It's fine.
nothing against the other consoles, but,
Yeah,
I have
as I
things
said,
against the other consoles.
it's just preference. Nothing on the other ones really appeals to you all that much.
Well, there's a couple of things on PS4 I probably would like having, but
Yeah.
most of them are getting ported to Switch now, so why
Hmm.
bother?
That and just it's not something you need to get like right away because you're busy, and you've got the Switch, and
Yeah,
there's plenty on there to keep you busy.
I'll be busy with Dragon Quest 7 for the next, I don't know, month or two. Because I'm like 30 hours into a friggin' 90 to 100-hour game, which is only becoming longer because I'm addicted to gambling and probably should stop doing that.
Yeah, probably should stop doing that.
Continue my journey instead of spending countless hours in a casino.
Yeah.
Save scumming my way to having 100k tokens. Which, by the way, if you're ever gambling in Dragon Quest, the key to that is you buy tokens, go save, gamble your tokens. If you win big, um,
Save.
if you save, if you lose a lot, reset your game.
Hmm.
Rinse and repeat until you have as many tokens as you want. Note, this may take days of playtime.
Yeah, probably better off just playing the actual video game.
Yeah, I usually don't bother with these, but for some reason I get suckered into this one.
Yeah.
So I probably should just stop and continue my game.
Yeah, you can always go back to the casino.
This is true. When I actually, need money.
Yeah.
Because I have most of the best gear my party can equip. And I think I'm at that part where I think you got to about this point in the game where you get to the jobs,
Yeah.
which is like 20, 30 hours into the game, where you get to
More
all
than that.
trades Abbey.
Yeah, more than that for me. I don't
Really?
remember why. I could be wrong.
Hey, we got some dorks.
Hey, Derek.
We've been raided by dorks.
I am not seeing video and you're muted.
Yeah. Oh. This game doesn't like to give you sevens. Or that annoying thing where like you'll be playing the slots and you can see like 3 or 4 sevens in a row at the top or the bottom of your screen, and you're just like, jerks.
You appear to be unmuted, but still can't see you.
Yeah, apparently webcam's not plugged in.
Oh, that'll do it. Also explains all the banging.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it's pleasant to listen to.
No, it's fine.
I've been tempted to buy a webcam. The Logitech C920 is currently $50 on Amazon.
I believe. No, I don't have that one. I swear.
Well,
I did.
it's
I don't know anyway.
it says the list price is $100, so that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I swear I had that one, but where the hell did I put it then?
Amazon can lie about the MSRP on things though. Like every movie that comes out was apparently originally like $55 or $60 on Blu-ray, and they reduced it to 30 or 35. It's still too much. You know, lying about the discount.
This is still probably better price for this microphone than I could get from, what do you call it?
Best Buy or Walmart.
Oh, and and it says built-in dual stereo mics, so I can be a cheapskate and not buy a microphone.
Huh.
It's never the same.
What? The built-in mics versus a microphone?
Yeah. Actually, the built-in microphone array in my laptop is pretty good. My work laptop. It's a Lenovo.
Well, this is these headphone mics, and
Okay.
I think it's probably okay, but it sounds probably a bit, I don't know. How does it sound?
It sounds
Doesn't
fine.
sound bad at all.
It's like I'm just using generic Apple headphones. It's fine. The mic is definitely, like, the full-on microphone is definitely better if you're like doing podcasts and stuff, but this will do.
But this gets compressed over the internet anyway, so
yeah.
By the time it hits YouTube, it's been really compressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's it going, Derek?
It's going. I figured I didn't want to let you guys sit there and talk for 2 hours by yourselves again, struggling for topics. So I'd come in here and join.
But you mean like this week and what, the week before?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on the last few weeks. People are just not joining.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like, it's not really summer anymore, but
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, I think I should stop gambling and go do something else with my life. Hi, Kat.
Anyway, so you've been getting a ton of notifications on Twitter from the CC mission this week?
Yeah, enough.
Wait, what?
Musty put out a thing to thank Derek for all the things he does behind the scenes for the Cartridge Club and everybody. So while we're here, thank you for all you do.
No problem.
I hear tinkering.
Yeah, I'm putting back together a modded Xbox.
Yeah, I know I talked to Canadian Retro like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And he was trying to like get stuff set up for his upcoming extra live stream.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't messaging me. He messaged me once to say what kind of controllers he could hook up to the Xbox. I'm like, well, anything that hooks up to an Xbox, right? And then he decided he wanted to go with a RetroPie instead.
Yeah, that's because he was like wanting to use like the original USB, like original controllers converted through USB.
Okay.
For like Super Nintendo and stuff like that.
It is still possible to do that with Xbox. You just need an Xbox adapter to USB, and it should
does
work.
That actually work?
I think it will.
Reports I see,
I could test it, no problem, because I have.
Most of the reports I see say they don't.
It depends on what game you're playing, though. If you're playing an original Xbox game, no, it won't work. But if the emulator's made to support USB controllers, then it will. And I already have checked that the emulators for MAME on the Xbox support USB adapter for mouse input for the rollerball. My arcade stick has a rollerball on it, and that apparently just looks to the Xbox like a mouse. So it makes me think that it would support a USB controller. I have some USB SNES controllers here. I could just plug one in and give it a shot.
Well, I went and looked at some of that, and it came. A lot of the reports I saw just gave, conflicting information.
Did you look it up specific to any emulators or just Xbox in general?
Xbox in general. Yeah. I don't know how much about how modded Xboxes work. I never bother with them.
They're basically just running an emulator that's been compiled to run on the Xbox OS.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and the Xbox already supports USB. It's built in. The controllers use USB. They're just a specific device. But when they compile the controller, compile that emulator, they can make it support USB controllers, and that would make it support, any USB controller, right? So, I mean, I think there's a pretty good chance it'll just work. And we'll try it right after I'm done doing this.
Speaking of USB stuff on Xbox, what do you think of the announcement for Xbox One getting mouse and keyboard support soon?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't make it proprietary, that it doesn't support generic ones.
No, it's... Yeah.
No, if you've heard more, I haven't looked into it at all.
I think... I don't have confirmation because I don't remember. It's been a little bit. But I believe they said like most keyboards and mice will work. But they are partnering with Razer to do a special one.
Yeah, I did see that. I think you had said that last week or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Musty was talking about it too. And I think that's fine if they partner and make specific ones because, they want to have their Xbox logos on it and their Xbox button layout, right? Because they want it to be as simple as possible.
Yeah,
so they do sell them.
Yeah, I've got just this Logitech one. It'll do fine. It's got 2 extra buttons on the side and the clickable scroll wheel.
I am curious to see how they do it.
Yeah, they did say as well that it won't be... They'll have it on a developer-by-developer basis, but they don't plan, I don't think, on having it be like you're automatically paired regardless of what controller you're using. They are planning to likely do settings.
Yep.
For which kind of controllers you want to have yourself paired with. So that's pretty cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're starting with Warframe. It works for me because I already play that, but
there was a couple of news articles maybe last year, the year before, about the Overwatch developers really pushing Xbox to add keyboard and mouse support. It looks like they're actually pushing Xbox and PlayStation to add it, but I'm surprised Overwatch wouldn't be the one starting it out, but I don't know.
Well, maybe they did a partnership thing with Warframe, and also maybe they just wanted to roll it out in a free-to-play game first, because then more people can try it.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
And that's one where your reflexes really do matter because of just the way motion works in that game, movement.
Yeah, I've only played it. Actually, maybe I never played it at all. I can't remember if I played it once or I never played it at all. I'm forgetting now.
Yeah, but it's got like the momentum with the slide jump and like the bullet jumping is what it's called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that was in there. It's been a long time since I even looked at Warframe. Like, since it was new.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
that wasn't in there when it was new, so that would be another reason.
That makes sense. Probably around the time that Titanfall came out. Would make sense to add that.
If you want to watch a cool thing on Warframe to see if you want to get into it again or not, you can check out the No Clip documentary on it.
Oh, nice. I actually have a few No Clip documentaries in my watch later. I just haven't seen them yet.
It's 2 parts and it's pretty fun. They go over the bullet jumping and how that came about. I'll leave that story for you to find yourself because it's amusing.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I will just say it was not part of the initial plan.
Okay. So Yoshi, I have a cheap Chinese bench soldering iron with the adjustable temperature.
Yeah.
And the heating element died in it. The ceramic, I guess, wore out or whatever. Which is weird.
Okay.
Whatever. It was probably a little bit loose or something. So I bought a new end for it, like the whole cord and all, and realized I got the wrong one. So I thought I would take out just the heating element and the temperature sensor, swap it into mine. So I did that just a few minutes ago, turned it on, and my soldering iron started heating up so much that the metal was glowing red.
Yeah, you probably should have checked the let me think here. You should have checked the resistance between the different coils, because those Chinese ones, it's kind of hit or miss.
It said it was compatible with the soldering iron that mine is a knockoff of, so I thought it was gonna be fine, but apparently not.
Oh no!
You're pairing a cheap Chinese knockoff cable with a knockoff soldering iron. Yeah, that sounds like it's going to go swimmingly.
Yeah, well, I have 2 more on order, so it's not a big deal. But I was just hoping to get one working tonight, but just puts a lot of my soldering not on hold, but it makes it more difficult to do any soldering because otherwise I'm using a crappy 35-watt not adjustable soldering iron.
Yeah, or one that's glowing red and you'll just burn right through the board.
I won't use that one unless I switch it on and off manually, which would suck.
What are you gonna do? Switch it on, let it go, get to the glowing red hot, and then turn it off?
No, get to where it melts solder, then turn it off.
You'd want to get a bit higher than melting solder.
I know, but there's not many indicators between those 2 points, where it melts solder to where it glows red.
You were setting up your TV setup area last time you were on, right?
Yeah.
I assume that's done by now, right?
I mean, mostly. I still haven't set up the Dreamcast, which is going to go through an HDMI adapter. I had it on before I moved everything over to a new stand system thing, but I just haven't hooked up the Dreamcast yet because I keep forgetting it's even there. But everything else is already hooked up.
Nice.
I do need also a shorter component cable because component cables are hard to find short, apparently. I have 15-foot ones or 7-foot ones, and they're all really thick wires. And all I need is a 6-inch to a foot one. It's ridiculous.
Did you ever get those?
Just a heads up on the component cables, you can just use regular AV cables.
I know, I've thought about it, but I kind of just want the colors, right? I know. It's a problem that I have, that I want it to be bright colors. so that I realize when I'm looking at it quickly next time that this is the component cables.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Did you get those cable sleeves I told you about before?
No, I never did because when I started setting this up, I realized the cables behind are just a huge mess. It's impossible to sleeve anything. I'm just gonna do what I was talking about on Dollar Dorks last, which was like cover the back of each of these cube with a felt material to cover up all the cords behind.
Hmm.
Other than that, I'm gonna probably zip tie, or maybe not even zip tie, but that Velcro tie that you can remove it easily,
Yeah.
just to hold bundles of cables together. But I have power bars spread throughout the back of the unit, and there's consoles going to each one as they go along as well. So that thing that you had was better for if you have like a PC set up here and power over here, right? If you have like several cables going one way, whereas I have cables going all over because some are power, some are USB, or sorry, HDMI, some are USB accessories or chargers and stuff. So I don't think they'll work great for this type of setup.
Well, you could always do what I do and just have a giant mess of cables everywhere.
I had that before.
That's what we already do. That's what we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
But giant mess of cables is very aesthetic.
It's still a mess of cables.
Yeah.
It's just I'm trying to make it a slightly tidier mess of cables.
I like my mess of cables.
I already got like little end labels for each of the HDMI cables, so at least I know which one's which when I'm dealing with that.
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Yeah. It helps a lot.
My current issue is just other than the mess of cables in itself. And my plan for when I do actually sort everything and use those sleeves is to separate out the video and the power cables and just do like a feed of power cables up to the TV and a feed of video cables up to the TV and power cables down to the power bars.
Yep. So most of the cables that I have are just so long that doesn't even work, right? I only need, again, like maybe 2 feet of HDMI sometimes, and I've got a 6-foot cable or a 4-foot cable. It's just so much extra cable that it makes it hard to organize that way. The other thing is that this is
they make 3-foot cables.
I know. I just would need to order a whole bunch to replace the existing cables I have. I do have some shorter cables, and I put them in where I could, but yeah.
Hey, Jared in the chat.
I never open the chat. I always forget.
I barely ever do anymore.
But my current issue with my TV setup, other than the cable mess, is power bars. I need to get better ones because I've just got like one that's the standard 6, but with 2 on the side.
Okay.
But that doesn't really do much when you have like 12 things to plug in.
I've got one main one that I bought because it's remotely switchable. Like it has an external power switch. You can kill the power when you're like coming into the room or leaving the room or whatever. So I can leave and turn off everything at one time so that nothing's got phantom power. Yeah, and then I've got, so that's like a 9-port. And then I've got a regular 6-port, another 6-port, and then I think another 6-port and another 9-port, all running off there to power all this stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was looking at I was trying to find one that was like a 12-port with enough room that you can plug in a few bricks, but not like tons.
I've seen the ones that they have that are like industrial, where they're just one long strip.
Yeah.
And I have one at my workbench over here, and I have one on my workbench in the garage because they're perfect to put on a workbench right at the back of the work surface. So you can just plug stuff in as you need it. And you can even like tape them down, which is what I did at both work spots. I need to find another one of those, but I don't want a bright yellow one behind my systems because it's bright yellow.
Yeah, there are
black ones the entire, but I haven't seen them again recently.
Yeah, they're just on Amazon. I saw a few when I was looking, but I saw one that was like a 12 input regular thing, and it had 4 USB, which is good for like Chromecast and the NES Mini consoles.
That's true. Yeah, I never even thought of the NES Mini ones being plugged into USB.
Yeah, and that saves on power ports.
Yeah. I do actually have both of mine plugged in right now to the provided NES or Nintendo power adapter, which I didn't realize they came with, or maybe one did and one didn't.
They both did.
They both did, just like the USB wall adapter.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the ones I bought, they came with one because I got an NES and an SNES together with controller extensions and a second controller for the NES. Anyway, I plugged them both into one and plugged a USB hub into it and plugged both into that. And I'll only ever use one at a time anyway. Even if I don't, I'm sure it can power it.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. It's not a whole heck of a lot of pull on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, the joys of cable management.
Yeah. Joy.
I just have wires everywhere.
My
that is what
wife
happens
comes down here though, and I have to make it look presentable. The rest of the room isn't, so I have to at least make that part presentable and usable. So that's why I have HDMI switchers, so she can actually just turn anything on and it just works.
I just want to be able to find shit when stuff goes wrong.
See, the problem I will have with a wife in the future is that I will have a room that is literally just cables and wires and shit going everywhere. And they will probably freak out over it. And I'll be like, this is an engineering room. What do you expect?
And then when you overflow that room into a second room, that's when you need to start organizing. Because I'm already
in that point,
which is everything of mine that she doesn't need to worry about really, except the odd thing she has to grab. But now this basement needs to be presentable, and it's not right now. It's just like beside me here is freaking my lighting kit, and there's 8 Xboxes sitting there. I don't know. It's a mess. It's an organized mess, at least, but it's a mess.
Hey, man. Let me put it this way. In the electronics world, if your lab is not a mess, you can't find anything. I'm not kidding. Okay? If I clean, I can't find anything for the next week until it turns into a mess again.
That means you need better organization skills. And labeling.
No, that takes too much time, and I could be using to do other things.
Yeah.
Why would I want to spend my time labeling shit? I also don't have enough stuff
now because I'm using my garage tools so infrequently that I need to know what's in the drawer without having to open every drawer.
Yeah, I need more storage space. That's the problem.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm crammed into this little hole here. And it's full. What you don't see is the giant pile of boxes on the floor.
Yeah, but the more space you get, the more you fill it anyway, so it doesn't matter. See? Right over there, I got a table that's supposed to be used for playing board games, but instead it's full of stuff that I need to test, sell, fix, whatever.
Oh, speaking of sell, I still need to sell this damn thing. It's only been weeks, people. Months. It's been on eBay for like 2 months. And people just are not buying it. And that makes me sad. Sad panda.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just either people don't want Game Gears, or
it's not that people don't want Game Gears.
The price of a Game Gear being modded that much if they're not going to use it enough.
Mm-hmm. I think it's mostly that people are like, I don't know if I should get a console that's been, turned into a Game Gear that's been turned into a home console that's not in a fancy case. If I would take it and put it into a fancy case, I could probably sell it a lot easier, but then that would also be like a ton more work.
Mm-hmm. You mean like make it look like a console, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not really my cup of tea.
But it still works handheld, right?
Most of the time.
That's a vague non-answer.
If you try to play certain games that are just direct to, Master System ports, it won't work, and it won't work properly with Master System games.
So it's a Game Gear.
Okay.
No, most Game Gears will work with Master System games and the certain Master System ports.
Why am I
Like
speaking
Outrun Europa,
intelligently?
for example.
Hmm.
That won't work on it now. It'll work on the TV, but it won't work on the console. Then
Gotcha.
again, the purpose of this thing is, you plug it into your damn TV and plug in a controller and then play it as an actual console.
And it plugs
Of
into the
course.
wall for power as well, right?
Yeah. And I'm even supplying it with an AC adapter, and a S-video cable, and an audio cable.
It's just you need a certain person. That's the problem. It's gonna be a long tail item. Have you
What
sold
I
one
need to
yet?
do
You've sold
a
one
long
before,
time
right?
ago,
Yeah. Okay.
before the McWill screens got uber popular, I need to get another one of these RGB cables, because if I don't bundle an RGB cable with it, it probably won't sell.
Hmm.
And I don't really want to sell my only RGB cable. It just doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
Now you know what you got to do.
What, order one of those for like 20, $30 next time I get an NES RGB kit, which should be soon because I have an AV Famicom coming. Yes, I ordered an AV Famicom on eBay.
All right.
Junk. It's junk parts of repair. Yeah, junk Famicom HVC-101 console system for parts non-working. How long do you think it's going to take to fix that?
Probably
I
I
have
don't know.
all the parts.
How long is it gonna take?
An hour or two. Okay. And then I will install an NES RGB, and then it
Yeah.
becomes a $400 console.
Well, at least it's a Nintendo thing, so it'll probably sell fast.
Yeah. And it's a console that's
Usually.
already a console.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although my Super Nintendo Mini Junior I have, not Mini, Junior I have for sale doesn't want to sell.
Hmm.
I like how eBay's like, you can attract more buyers by lowering the price by $15.
Yeah. Of course they'd say
Yeah, but
that.
you're going to take like $15, like $15 from me between everything else.
Yep. Well,
Although
how's
this is
eBay?
just a console only Super Nintendo Junior, so it's kind of like, I guess I understand why it's not biting. People aren't biting for 130, and I did only pay $30 for it. So, could try 125 and see if that sells quicker. I might do that. I'm also reluctant to lower the consoleized Game Gear any farther though, because
Well, one of the problems is you lower it too much, then you set the price going forward as well. And future ones will be worth less, right?
yeah, but I'm not planning on doing any more of that version of the Game Gear mods, because those just don't fucking sell well. I'm better off doing the McWell screen, because I can do a McWell screen. Yes, it costs me more, but I can sell it for about $300. Yes, it'll cost me like $150 in parts. It takes less time to install it, and I can sell it for more. So I can sell it for about 300, and it'll probably sell within a week or two, compared to waiting 2-3 months for the damn thing to sell. Which is annoying.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
have a Game
old.
Gear that needs to be recapped.
Don't we all?
You
Yeah,
can
exactly.
solder.
I know
Do
I
it.
can solder. I just haven't done it. It's on my shelf of stuff to do. I think I also have an Atari Mini or Atari Junior that needs to be worked on as well. I don't
I'm
know where
not
it needs
very
to be from.
fond of the Atari Juniors.
I
They end
don't
up going
care.
in my parts bin.
It's now been paid for, so it doesn't matter. My
I
wife
mean,
wanted
I
it
still
touched.
have a bin of stuff for the local game store here that I need to sort through and finish fixing. But more worried about the other stuff I have for other people that I need to get to. But I've also been like, I hit the first barrage of tests over the past week or two. You know, You know how that works. All the professors want to test everybody at around the same time every semester.
Yeah, no, I went to college. It was easier.
Really?
Yeah.
But what did you go for?
Computer network engineering technician.
That sounds like community college to me.
It wasn't, but it was a weird program. It was a private college, but it was also full days. So like I had to be in classrooms or labs every day from 8 in the morning till 5 at night for 12 months straight, no holidays in between.
Oof.
And that's the whole program.
That's the whole program. Yeah. But then
Yeah, I'm going to
they had a 6 month
university.
add on to that for technologist. So you could do a year for technician or a year and a half for technologist.
Yeah, and I went the full-on engineering route so I can come out and be an engineer.
Yeah.
Which, unless you like math and solving problems,
I like
don't
the
do
idea
that.
of math.
Huh?
I like the idea of math. I don't like doing math.
But math is fun.
Nope. I love solving problems. That's why I'm in computers.
It's okay. As long as it pays in the end.
Yep.
So not to get off of this riveting conversation, but Derek,
Riveting.
have you been playing anything?
No, not really.
Good talk.
No time to play anything.
Woo!
What did I play? Played something, but what the hell was it? On PC though. Oh, I was playing VR last Thursday. Yeah. It was fun though.
Back to the
You should probably recap that Saturn tomorrow. Or finish modding the Turbo Duo. Turbo Duos are fun, but at the same time miserable.
Right, back to the recapping the Game Gear thing. Derek,
Yeah.
you're able to do those, or are you just like,
I'm definitely able. I just haven't done one yet.
okay? If you do yours and it's easy enough, I might try and get you to do mine because it would be, as much as I would like to support Yoshi and his stuff,
Yeah.
it's
Shipping.
the shipping and the conversion. It would just be a whole different ball game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not your fault.
I can't give you a Canadian discount.
Yeah, I know, it's fine. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's not practical to ship to where you are or
yeah,
where
I need to find a good source for the capacitors too. There's people who sell capacitor kits on eBay. That's all the capacitors you need to do them. But like this one,
the eBay ones are generally garbage, though. You never know if you're going to get good name brand capacitors or total shit.
So
you'd be better off
capacitors, but let's see.
Unless they're Nichicon, Panasonics, Rubicons,
actual brand name.
Matsushitas, etc. Don't touch them. Just don't touch them. Stay away from all of the cheaper caps. Heck, Alnas are supposed to be good too, but I don't know where you find Alnas anymore.
Yeah, they don't actually tell a brand, and I can't see a brand on them. I'll probably look up part numbers if it's readable, but
the guy I buy them from is based in the States, so
this guy's based in the States too, and he says, I don't sell the cheap Chinese, I sell Japanese ones.
Here's my suggestion. Just go buy them from Console 5 if you're going to buy them from the States anyway.
Well, or I can look them up and go buy them in an electronic supply store like Sayal, S-A-Y-A-L, Sayal. They're a local electronic supply store.
Well, if you're going to do
that many capacitors and not buying in bulk,
you'll pay it'll cost more than buying a kit, probably.
Yeah, so this kit is $9 plus 17
Canadian?
shipping. Yeah, nine Canadian plus 17 shipping from the States. And that's for 20 capacitors. That's $26 for 20 capacitors. So over $1 each. $1.30 each. I don't think Sile's website lists what their prices are for some things.
I'd still recommend buying them from Console 5 just because I know then
Yeah,
you're
but the
gonna
shipping
you're
there
gonna
is going to
get.
be ridiculous, I bet.
You'd
I'm
be
betting.
surprised.
No, to Canada, though. You get screwed. I'll check.
Plus, you can also get stuff like replacement game glass lenses and all that kind of stuff while you're there.
Yeah.
He also sells the McWell kits.
So Game Gear cap kit.
You have to know what version your Game Gear is.
Okay. I'm looking at that and seeing that he probably needs that based on what he's got listed here.
So the only way to tell that is to open up the damn Game Gear. I've had people ask me, can you tell it without opening it? No, you have to open the console.
Which means that you'd have to do the same thing, Fitnat. At
Yeah.
least open it up to see which one it is.
Do you if you have like the
What's
do you
that?
have the Game-Bit screwdriver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I can open it up, no problem. It's just
Yeah.
And then once you get it open, I guess there's from the look of the board, you can identify which model Game Gear it is. Game Gear versions, retro RGB.
Cat, you're breaking the box.
That's not what we want, is it?
You gonna lay down, Cat?
I had my Game Gear within reach. Might as well just look.
Yeah, mine's not. I'm not even sure why it is. So VA4 versions is what I'm seeing.
It's just these screwdrivers, right? The Gambit ones. Okay.
Yep.
Can't really see the things in the back. Small one or big one?
It's the bigger one.
Okay. Mute while I take these out, so there's no clanging.
It can't be worse than the stuff I have here. You know.
Probably not, but still.
Fancy hot air station, all that
Okay,
stuff.
definitely not the bigger one, because that won't even fit.
Sure could use a hot air station.
Well, for most of the hobby level stuff you'd be doing, you can just buy one of the cheap Chinese ones. Theirs will do the business. It's just they take freaking forever to take parts off.
Yeah.
This thing can heat up to 500 in like 10, 15 seconds. And then I'm blowing really hot air and stuff, which is what I want.
I'm going to need a Phillips head, it looks like, as well.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got the one security bit screw and 6 other screws.
Yeah, I've only looked at my Game Gear one time, so.
And then realized it didn't work and just threw it on a shelf.
Basically.
Why not?
So it's like every other Game Gear in the world. It doesn't work.
No, it worked for years. It just, when we actually got to a game in the Cartridge Club, Streets of Rage 2, where I had played the original version, so I was just going to play the Game Gear version. I'm like, oh, I'll just pull up my Game Gear. It works perfectly fine. Turn it on, and that's when it decided to stop working.
I'm telling you, they're all like in need of repair. Every single Game Gear, and people want to like act like I'm lying.
Yeah, I have no idea where the hell my screwdriver.
Then again, it's not as bad as the people that think I'm lying about what do you call it? I've had people think I'm lying about like Turbo Duos needing recapped, but mine works just fine. Yeah, until the audio stops working, and then you're gonna come begging me to fix it for you. And I'm going to tell you it's going to cost twice as much now because I have to sit and troubleshoot no audio after I recap it.
Yeah, you're not talking from experience at all, are you?
Out of the dozen or so, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 duos I've had here over the past couple of years, because I don't seem to get them that often. Only
I can't
one
imagine
hasn't
why.
given me issues. Only one.
Well, I have no idea where my screwdrivers are. So much for that experiment. Ugh.
I do have a duo sitting in a box here, though, that I need to finish working on, but I'm just can't be bothered at the moment. I do feel like recapping a Game Gear, though. In case I have to... Well, I gotta do a warranty repair on one anyway. What are you, VA1? Yeah, I'll recap you. Although I did get an annoying review on eBay the other day.
Maybe.
You know, someone that told me that... what did the guy say? He didn't realize that, you know, it's very hard not to have... what do you call it?
Do you get yours open, Fidant?
No, I can't find my regular screwdrivers. I have the specialized screwdriver that is required for a single screw, but I can't find my freaking Phillips head.
Sounds like a problem I'd have.
Yeah. Maybe if your workstation was neater.
See, this is why I just leave it all a mess. Because then I know where everything is. As much as that doesn't make sense to most people. And I like the look of your battery outlets better. So this one can go on my junk bin. Junk bin. It's bad how I like toss the cases around and don't really care. It's like I will swap them out until I find ones that look decent. And I actually want the other case because that'll match. I don't know. They're about the same.
Derek, it looks like you've got a potential request from Retrolectors in the chat for an Xbox problem.
Oh, and Creep Lead's here because there's Game Gear talk.
Yep, that'll do.
All right, where's Retrolectors?
Hey, Creep.
Xbox. See if you can salvage it. I know.
You should buy this off of me.
Not the same.
Someone buy this TV outmodded Game Gear, please. I will make a good deal if it's not on eBay. Good deal if it's not on eBay. I will go cheaper. Not on eBay.
All right.
More expensive on eBay. Because that's how it works.
Yeah, because they take their cut.
They take 10%. It's evil.
Yeah.
Those jerks. How dare they?
Trying to see what Retrolector's problem actually is. I don't know if he actually said what his problem is.
But yeah, I do have a warranty repair to do on a Game Gear.
Yeah,
I'm
Retrolectors,
thinking...
in 30 seconds, let us know what your actual Xbox problem is. So Derek...
He messaged me a while ago saying he needed a power supply, I think, but I didn't have an Xbox of the same version as he had. I don't have a spare power supply. I'm pretty sure that was the only thing. Yeah, it doesn't turn on at all. All right. Yeah, I mean, give it to me at the next time we see each other, a swap, I guess, is the only thing I can think of. All right, I'm going to check out this Game Gear, and then I got to get the hell out of there. Battery on this side. Not even battery with the speaker. tell what the differences are. That's whatever that is change directions. All right, Yoshi, what am I looking for?
On the board?
Yeah.
Luckily, I have one open sitting here. So,
Me too.
if you examine it, on this side of the board, you will see a code. What does the code say?
Oh, VA1.
Yep, there you go. That's one of the good ones. If you get a VA4, just toss it in the bin. Can you tell I've had nothing but bad experiences with that model?
A little bit.
I wish I was kidding, but every VA4 I've ever had dies. I recap it and then the screen doesn't work, and I'm just like, I just wasted an hour because I can't rescreen this one.
So I'm going to see what it would cost to get it shipped here.
From Console 5?
Yeah.
It's probably not horrible. It's probably about the same as what eBay would cost. And you can also get some new glass while you're at it.
So shipping options are Global Advantage with no tracking for 3 to 6 weeks for $7. First
not
class
bad.
international for $11.39. First class international boxed, not in a mailer envelope, then for 40 cents more.
Yeah, don't you like how he lets you choose what shipping option you get?
Yeah, it's good. It's just these are all American prices too. But if I bought two of them, that would be better.
The shipping would be about the same because it was way like bugger all.
Yeah, that's good.
You've got another Xbox mod question in the chat from Self-Destructo.
Got a couple modded Xbox, but never done it myself. On the ones I have, the arcade games rarely seem to work. Oh. So for my arcade games, I'm using a huge collection that I downloaded called CoinOps 7 Massive, which was like 80 gigabytes to download. And it was all the places where I was able to get it from in the past are now gone with all the emulator crap.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I don't even know where I'd have to be able to get it from if I didn't have it already. But that collection is really good. It includes MAME. It's just a certain version of MAME. Everybody's already tested all the games. They put in little videos for every game, so when you slide to it or select it, it shows a little video preview of the game. Yeah. If you were in Canada, maybe, or well, in Ontario, really, because Xboxes are heavy as hell, then maybe I could hook you up, but I don't think that's going to be easy. Are you? Yeah, you're in Halifax.
That would be a little bit more of an expensive proposition than a game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's cheaper than shipping to the States, but it's still not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
But if you have a couple modded ones, all you really need is the software. So maybe that's something you could do. If you have somewhere to put it on the internet.
What the heck is on top of your phone, Yoshi?
All right, I really need to go now, though.
Oh, okay.
A bag.
Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, see it.
Well, my phone's about to die, so there's my charger cable. That's what I was rumbling around for.
For your phone charger?
A charger cable so I can hook it up to my battery bank.
Okay. That's something. I was afraid
needs...
the Hangout would be ending abruptly.
Yeah.
Not that it's technically started all that much in terms of conversation.
I usually don't do this without the air filter turned on, but whatever. Oh, that stinks. Ugh. Ugh. If only this was smell-o-vision. Did my camera shut off?
Yep.
Should be coming back on. Here we go. If this was smell-o-vision, you'd smell rotten fish smell.
Okay.
That's the smell of bad Game Gear cap fluid being heated up. I should at least open the window.
You could always mute for however long you needed to do that and just turn your filter on, but whatever works.
Of course, now my cat's sitting here going, window! Window!
I see my opportunity to escape.
My opportunity to sit in the window. I want to sit in the window. Why won't you let me sit in the window? She figured out she knows better.
Okay.
Well, she would have gotten yelled at again because the window's on the other side of my electronics desk, and it's not exactly good for Kitty to be on the electronics desk.
Yeah. At least now we have actual crickets.
I know, isn't it great? I enhanced the stream.
More atmospheric.
Yep.
Easier to fall asleep to, as if that was possible.
Well, I think I've done it before. It has been done.
Falling asleep?
Yep.
Oh yeah, with your arms back in that weird freaking position.
Yeah. It's not very fun to wake up in.
No.
You wake up and you're like, why do I hurt? Oh, yeah. Guess I shouldn't do that anymore. Though I am probably going to have to mute once I have to use the other tools because those are like super loud. I don't think you want to hear the sound of, hot air.
Probably not. Well, I've already been hearing that for the past half hour or so. But
Tess.
That's all I got. It's all the material I have to work with tonight.
It's okay. I'm not exactly the most entertaining person in the world.
Well, it's just we don't really have a heck of a lot to talk about because I'm not a tech guy. And that's all you've really got going on right now. Because of your school and everything.
Well, I have been playing Dragon Quest VII, but...
We already tackled that.
I know. I did just get... I guess I should save that for pickups.
I don't think we're really waiting for anybody.
Yeah.
How long have we been going? We have been going for... just about
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody has come yet. Why won't they come?
I don't know. There's 95 impressions on the tweet and 3 engagements. I looked at the analytics and there's just nothing.
It's almost like they don't care about Hangouts anymore.
Almost like. But that is obviously wrong because we've had lots of good discussions the last few weeks. It just takes forever for people to join.
Yeah, it's almost like you should start an hour later.
Yeah, but when I do that, Kevin starts bitching about how late I start the Hangouts.
Really?
Yes.
And tell Kevin he should show up more often.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes of his panel at the first Cartridge Club Con was complaining about how late I start the Hangouts.
Really?
I'm only partly kidding, but he did bring it up.
And then he barely ever shows up to these things.
Yeah. And then when he does, we end up having an argument about something.
What, like God of War? Hey, Musty.
Yeah. Hey.
Time for some second breakfast, I see. Yuck.
Are you going to be able to get in here anytime soon?
Save us, Musty. Baseball.
Sounds like we're striking out in terms of the conversation again.
Yeah. We keep striking out and I think that's the problem, is there's so much sports going on right now. Everybody's like,
That
but sports.
Is that why there's no one tonight? Because there's just all the sports ball going on? I do not follow sports at all, so I would have no idea.
I don't follow them either, other than professional wrestling, which doesn't really count as a sport. It used to. What?
Okay. But I was going
I
to say
didn't.
that sports ball doesn't really apply to wrestling, but then again, that's one of the few that involves two or more.
It's still not really a sport, but as I said, it used to be before
Yeah.
it all turned silly buggers. And
It's more of a performance at this point, from what I've seen.
yeah, which is sad. If you go watch the tapes from like the 70s and 80s, it was a sport. Was it still fake? Yeah, but you couldn't tell as easily. Puns of steel. Anyway, I was looking a bit earlier and saw I could buy an open source scan converter as a kit for like $100 shipped. Well, $100 plus shipping, so it'd be like $120 by the time I got it as a kit. It's kind of annoying. I can't remember what to go for. Without that, so yeah. But yeah. Pie to the face, huh?
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm using myself in the chat is all I've got going on tonight. Which is makes for great radio, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Maybe give it another 20 minutes if no one joins. We'll probably just call it. Because there's really not a heck of a lot we can talk about.
Sorry, I'm
No, it's
boring.
fine.
Unless you want to hear about, uh, complex numbers in
Nope.
transmission lines.
I was
Transmission lines.
I was out at Complex.
Oh, come on. You don't like E to the I, or what is it? E to the J omega, what is it?
I'll take your word for it.
E to the negative J beta Z. V naught plus E to the.
Nice try there, Musty, but I don't think either of us are probably planning on playing RE2 this month. I am going to probably try and start up Luigi's Mansion 2. That's just more appealing to me at this moment. Hey, Miles.
I don't know how loud that is.
About the same as the crickets.
Oh, so that's not bad then.
No.
Hot air. I wonder if one of these caps is gonna pop. I've had one pop before. That was highly amusing. Actually, no, it wasn't. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, sure, hop in if you want, Miles.
It'll beat sitting here, me talking about, blowing air at a board. I'm literally just blowing hot air at a board.
This commentary is fantastic.
Heat. Come on, Cap. You can do it. Well, that's nasty.
Do I want to know?
Yeah, it's some, orange, black, brownish gunk on the board.
Hmm. God, I really hope anyone that ends up watching this archive has been fast forwarding.
Or they gave up a while ago.
Yeah,
Probably gave up as soon as Derek left.
probably. Then again, he took a while to join, so.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Or it felt like a while. I started it up with just us in hopes that other people would join within a timely manner. It did not work out that way. Apparently the podcast for Doom will be going up tomorrow.
I still should need to play that.
So do I, which is even worse for me because I said I was going to play it.
I think I said I was going to play it too, and then just didn't get to it yet.
Yeah, and I could pop in my PS4 version and try and finish like the last 2 or 3 levels. Then again, that would be vastly difficult because I haven't played in a long time and I'm on like the BFG level, which I was already having trouble with when I was playing it.
I think I got to a point and I just kind of got stuck and then gave up, so I'd have to start over from the beginning.
Yeah, that's kind of
But
what happened to me.
But I guess it like lets you start over from the beginning while keeping your levels.
Yeah, you can just replay levels and just get back in the swing of it.
Yeah, and then you get more like points and all that fun crap.
Mm-hmm. And you can look for hidden stuff.
I'll turn that off after it cools down, but
Yeah, it's not really loud, so.
until it goes up to max airflow. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's some nasty crap.
A little bit, but I don't really want to focus on it.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty. I want to throw that in an ultrasonic cleaner. I do have to mute for a second.
That's fine.
Once my desoldering gun heats up, just so I can remove 3 more caps.
I'll show my 2 pickups just to fill the dead air that's going on right now.
Sorry, guys. I don't have much to talk about.
Again, it's fine. How this... never mind. Just how this week's going. But, the thing that no one will care about, I got the hardcover deluxe edition volume 1 for the Star Wars Dr. Aphra comic. She's a character that started in the comics a little while ago. Haven't read any of this stuff yet, but it's like she was introduced as intended to be like the antithesis of Indiana Jones, so it's like just a lot of like old Star Wars archaeology stuff, and there's an evil version of C-3PO and R2-D2. Murder droids. It's supposed to be a good time. But the only game I picked up this week is the one that everyone's been looking forward to, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. I'll wait for the 1, maybe 2 other people to get what this game is. But Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
Should have bought Mega Man.
No.
but Mega Man. Mega Man. Can you guess what game I bought this week?
No. But Polykill, yeah, I guess it would be Trav. But yeah, I noticed Miles got it as well, Musty. But we're talking about the comic. If you're talking about the comic, it is supposed to be pretty good. Hey, Miles.
Nice, Polykill.
How's it going?
Hello.
Good.
Someone's come to save us from the monotonous talk about, I don't know.
I'm just telling. I just came in here to let you know you're both doing a great job.
It's a hangout about nothing.
Yeah, keep it up. All right, see you guys later.
Yeah.
No.
I did just show a game I believe you picked up was Fist of the North Star.
I did, yes.
Have you gotten very far in that?
No.
Yeah,
I blew up a lot of heads so far, though.
yeah, and the
Brain matter's going everywhere.
yeah, just that opening area with like getting the up the stairs to Shin,
Yeah.
the man with all the hair.
I will say this: the environment is a lot more sparse than the Yakuza games. There's
Yeah,
not.
well,
There's like a lot of like bland kind of
it's
textures and
it's
not a lot.
post-apocalyptic, which
It
makes
is, yeah, it is,
sand.
and I do understand that, but at the same time, there could be like more interesting rocks or an iguana or something.
Yeah, I'm just outside the gates of Eden, or whatever the city is called.
Oh yeah,
City of Miracles. You have to talk to a lot of people.
That reminds me a lot of Yakuza, actually. Like,
Yeah,
hey, you got to go borrow some money from a guy to buy a ring, and then you go try to buy the ring, and he's like, no, but I need a little bit more money, and you go back and try to borrow more money, just back and forth and back and forth. But it's funny. I like it so far.
Mm-hmm. Have you looked at the decals that come in the box?
Oh yes, the shit balls.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know what the other one is, but I've got a video game thing that says shitballs on it, so that's something.
Is the other one Japanese?
I would assume so. It's probably for like part of the like you already did type stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like his catchphrase. You haven't seen any of the show or anything.
No. But I feel like One Punch Man is a parody of this.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? That's probably a different good connection point for it.
Where no, I'm not. I'm honestly, I'm not that into anime and stuff, so I haven't seen a lot of it. But I just got it because it's the Yakuza people. So.
Yeah. If you do end up liking the goofy nature of the game, the show is available on Crunchyroll. I believe you can watch it for free. It's really long. It doesn't.
Crunchyroll is some sort of streaming.
Yeah,
Maki or something. Streaming. It's food. It's an app. Crunchyroll's an app. Okay.
It's an app and it's a streaming site, and it's really long. It doesn't start very good, but it's entertaining in its way. It's just for the TV show they kind of made him kind of a Bruce Lee type character.
Okay.
So it's like him doing all like the post-apocalypse stuff, but it's like 80s, so you get kind of it's almost G.I. Joe levels, I would say, to start off, but super violent.
Yeah.
And just really random crap happens. But it gets better. It gets better as you go. Like you're rewarded for sticking with it. But it's only like 22-minute episodes, so you can speed through them pretty fast. But it gets like Batman 66 levels of goofy at points.
I mean, that's a selling point to me for sure. Yeah. Do you know how long this game is supposed to take?
I have no idea. I'll look at how long to beat.
I don't know if I have an F yet. I think I already have an F.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Far Cry 5. Yeah. I'm doing it just for myself. Like, because I'm keeping track of every game I beat just to like compare it to what I did last year. And I might as well just do the CCABC while I'm doing it.
Yeah. This is not on how long to beat yet. That's how hyped this game is. Let's see if it's under the Japanese title Hokuto no Ken. Nope.
This game has no ending.
Yeah, but somehow Last Battle came up because that's actually a Fist of North Star game. But they
Mega Man.
No. I'm not against Mega Man. It's just I haven't gotten in the original series type gameplay all that much.
So back to the Fist of the North Star. I was playing the PS3 one actually before this one. Yeah.
That one's fun.
That was a lot of fun. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to play this one.
Yeah, I put like 30 hours into that. If you
Yeah,
put it
I
that
can
way, you've got
imagine.
most of the manga story presented not very well.
Okay. Yeah, I just finished Rage, which is kind of the same thing I did with this, because like I wanted to play the original to get a feel for it before I get into the new one that comes out. And I ended up just playing all the way through Rage. I couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I got that a while ago too, but I didn't play it much.
Would you ever like feel weird jumping in on a series on like the sequel or the third part? Do you always have to go back and play the original?
It depends on the series. Like Dragon Quest, for example, you can just jump in anywhere because it's not really super connected at all. But I'm trying to think of ones I jumped in on the sequels, but I can't really think of that many.
Like Persona, did you play Persona from 1?
I haven't played any Personas. I have 3 because I figured I'd want to try 1 at some point, but I haven't. I think it's a lot of like the high school stuff, like the kind of almost dating sim elements that are keeping me away. Not because I don't like having some of that, but it's like the time commitment and all the weird stuff plus that. I've got a whole bunch of other games that I'd probably rather play first.
Yeah. I don't mind the dating sim stuff so much. A little bit of spice, add a little bit of spice to your game, huh?
Yeah, I think it's more of a backlog thing that's keeping me away.
Yeah, I feel that. For sure. But I feel like when you're jumping into a sequel or something, it's pretty easy for an RPG, generally, like a Dragon Quest or a Final Fantasy. You know, a lot of them you could just jump in at any point, but like for sure you would never jump into like Telltale's Walking Dead season 2 without playing season 1,
Yeah.
right?
In my case, I won't jump into season 2, even though I have played season 1 and really want to play season 2, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, I love that series. I love that game, but I hope it gets picked up and finished by somebody.
Apparently, that last season with the episode 2 that came out, apparently that actually leaves it off on a good note if they did stop there. But of course, it's more important for people to get paid than it is for them to finish those last 2 episodes. Oh, quick thing before I reply to Trav's thing in the chat is I am going to need to fix something with my Fist of the North Star, because here's another part of that I didn't show. The game arrived a day early with the clip broken.
Oh no.
But it's such a niche game and it just came out, and it's just like I don't want to go through the effort of trying to get a replacement. I'm probably just going to swap a case.
I don't know. I feel like you should get someone fired over this. I feel like somebody needs to lose their job for this broken case. No. Yeah, I would just switch it. Like, you could complain, though. They'd probably give you something.
I'm probably going to try and get a partial refund just to...
Yeah, why not?
Like, say I need to buy, like, a cheap game that I don't really care about to...
Yeah. Who knows? I bet they just send you a gift certificate or a coupon or something. That's my guess. My guess is you get credit. And that's pretty good. Where did you get it from?
Amazon.
I heard they're not doing well these days. You might bankrupt them over this.
No, it's more that just, like, I don't know what the print run is on the game. And I don't want to get, like... I don't want to mess with the sales of the title just to get a replacement copy of a case.
Exactly. Like, you definitely want to support this game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You playing anything else recently?
I haven't started playing it yet, but I did download Forza Horizon 4.
Did you get it on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I feel like I did play something recently. No, the only thing I can think of is some Destiny 2, but that was a while ago.
It's already out?
Forza? Yeah, did it just come out today?
Yeah.
Yeah. New games usually come out on Tuesdays. So I guess today was the Fist of the North Star, and then Forza, and then some little tiny game that nobody knows about called Mega Man. But nobody likes that. It's garbage trash. I think it was digital only. Sorry, Catherine was just asking me a question.
Yeah. Was telling Travis, I'm assuming it's Travis, in the chat about Marvel Unlimited a little bit, just because I mentioned that Afro comic, and he said it sounded a little interesting. Marvel Unlimited, if anyone doesn't know, is just kind of like comic book Netflix with Marvel stuff. There's the monthly fee, and you can get it for a year if you want to end up doing that. But you can usually get a free month of it. And they're basically 6 months behind any new releases. The comics you would want to try for current continuity Star Wars stuff is like the 2015 main Star Wars series and Darth Vader. There's a second Darth Vader one that's between the prequels and the original trilogy. And there's obviously the Dr. Aphra comic and a Poe Dameron comic, which is pretty good as well. Aphra started off in that first Darth Vader comic, so you can check that out first if you wanted to. Anyway, I won't ramble much on about that anymore. That's just some context if you wanted to check it out. On a tablet, ideally. Anyway, hey, Eric. You're still muted.
Hey, Eric.
Miles, you been playing anything else?
I've been playing this thing with Catherine.
Zombie Vikings.
It's this kind of goofy little game where you're zombies, and it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and it's funny. It's like humorous, and there are times in the game where all the zombies have to connect, and they become like a giant Frankenstein, and then everyone's controlling the same giant monster and kind of pulling it different ways, and it's really powerful. I don't know. It's cool. It's a cool game.
I might look that up. Just out of curiosity, if nothing else.
Yeah, people say that is one of the worst games on the PlayStation. Like, I've heard reviews that are like, this game is trash. But honestly, I've played way worse games than this. Like, we have no problem finishing it. We're like really chugging through it. We're gonna be done pretty soon. And I played Shaq Fu, and Shaq Fu is the worst game on any system right now, I think. Sure.
The original or the sequel?
I've never played the original, but the Legend Continues or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. Ooh, so bad. It was so bad.
That was never going to be good, though.
Yeah, but you always kind of hope, right?
Yeah.
A basketball beat 'em up would be so cool.
I mean, we had a baseball beat 'em up. That was fun.
Yep. Ninja
baseball Batman. I wish that got released on something.
Yeah. We played it at the arcade in Chicago. We finished it. But yeah, I wanted to get a modded Xbox just to play that game for so long. Because I saw it played on Awesome Games Done Quick. I'm like, what is this? Where do I get this? How does one play such a game?
Did anyone in Chicago play the Alien vs. Predator Capcom tab?
Somebody might have. I didn't, and I don't know who did. Eric probably did, right, Eric? No.
No, I didn't try. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, hello. Sorry about that before. My mic was giving me trouble. Hi, Miles. How are you? It's good to see you.
Good. Well, yeah, it's nice to see you as well, Eric. I
But
see
I
you're
didn't-
getting some painting done.
Yeah. The house is a mess.
I watched.
It's,
We never miss your videos, so I heard you're doing such a great job. Can't wait to see the bathroom when you're done with it.
Geez. Yeah. I should be working on it tonight. I was supposed to start this weekend, and I still haven't started. And I thought I'd jump on here instead. Anyway, I'm listening to Flock Talk right now, too. So.
And you're on the what? You're on the Hangout and listening to Flock Talk?
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Am I talking?
I'm in the middle of Flock Talk. Okay. I was listening to it on the commute home.
Cool. Thank you.
Flock
I
set.
don't miss your episodes. I don't miss your stuff.
Sweet.
Anyway, I did not play Alien vs. Predator.
Catherine, I told you that he listens. And you never believe me.
I'm on a delay, so I can't.
No, I listen. Yeah, I listen. I forgot about the. I forgot Chris's spoiler of Spider-Man until something he. Oh, not the messenger.
Yeah.
Catherine's tweet. I'm like, okay, I got to make a note of that. And then I ran headlong through the spoiler, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Were you ever gonna play that?
No, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
When he said something, I'm like, oh, that's right. There's spoilers, so I skipped ahead a minute or two.
Is it story or is it just like gameplay stuff, like for what happens around halfway through or whatever?
Yeah, that.
It's something that happens apparently about halfway through.
Okay.
Which I don't even know if it's a spoiler. He's just like, it does this thing, and I'm like, okay, well,
just the gameplay gimmick, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm aware of what that is. So I need to catch up on the podcast. I'm behind on several things, not just yours.
God damn it, Fidnat.
I think it's the monthly thing where it's like, oh, I can't wait for that to happen. It's like, oh, it's a monthly, so I keep forgetting about it.
You gotta get your priorities straight. You gotta put down the comic books. You gotta listen to all the club's podcasts, all of them. Don't skip any of them. Make sure to watch all the Q-Dog videos in his house and his expensive games that he flaunts on YouTube.
You joke, Travis, but I am behind on Volleykill. I haven't been listening to many podcasts at all recently, though. And comics are partially to blame. I've been reading a lot of Batman. Which actually was motivated by a Cartridge Club podcast with Trade Papercast with Josh and Sarah. Which they haven't recorded that episode yet for Thrill Killer.
Is that the one where you see his ding dong?
No, that's Damned.
All I heard was that Batman's ding dongs open season on ding dongs in Batman comics. That's all I heard.
Yep, that's going to be the only news from that comic ever.
I mean, it should basically be called Batman's ding dong. Like, that's why people are buying it, getting him to sign it.
First appearance of the Batawang.
Oh, hey. Now let's see the penguins. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not where I would go with that. I don't think anyone would want to go there. I mean, except for some Gotham fans probably do.
The more we talk about this, the more we're going to end up ranking everybody in the universe. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Eric, what have you been playing?
I thought I was going to finish it last night. I thought I was on the last level, and I was on the second to last.
Doom?
Sorry, Doom.
Yeah. You were playing with the mute button there for a second.
Oh, sorry. I was typing. That I think this thing knows when I'm typing. Yeah. Anyway, I was playing Doom. I thought I was on the last level, but I am not. I think I am tonight. So I've been doing one level a night for the most part. So I'll give it another whirl tonight and hopefully finish it up in time for the podcast. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to go back to some other Cartridge Club games, finish up Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, which is the CC Portable, or go into something entirely different. Not sure. Sorry.
That's fine.
Nothing too grand. No grand plans. And Melissa's playing Octopath, which she's loving.
I played a little bit. Sorry?
I was going to go back to the Batwing comic for a second, but go ahead.
That's dangerous territory. I was going to say that our good friend Chris was playing Octopath Traveler, but he gave up. because he's a slacker. And
No.
I was gonna find out what are like some thoughts about Doom without saying too much.
From me?
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've been trying to do, to the degree I can, all the extra stuff. So I've been having a lot of fun, you know. There's like 3 or 4. Have you played the game?
Yes.
Okay. So there's achievements, you know, everybody kind of knows achievements, right? You get an achievement or a trophy for kind of doing a unique thing, but they've blown that away with, there are like all these little things you can do to upgrade, you know, you need to do certain things to max out your weapons, or you need to do so many things to max out your runes. And then each mission has a little challenge in it. So I've been having a lot of fun doing those, to my detriment. Sometimes, you know, I'll get killed because I'm too busy trying to, you know, do some sort of special move with a shotgun instead of, you know, trying to get these guys eliminated. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it.
It was kind of the same thing in Wolfenstein for you, right? I remember that.
Yeah, I like that about Wolfenstein.
Where you were trying to do all the little achievements. Like, I didn't even know those existed until I heard you talking about that in the Wolfenstein thing. And I just found out now that those exist in Doom. I had no idea. I played through the whole thing. I loved every second of it. I played through Doom VFR, and I loved that too. I thought it was great. And I had no idea this entire aspect, this thing you enjoy the most about the game, even existed. So it shows how deep the game is, right? Where two people can enjoy it in completely different ways.
You're talking about the rune challenges, right?
I did, the rune challenges, but then there's and then once you get a rune, you can do certain things to augment the rune further. You can max it out. You know, you can grow it one level, and it's a little bit more. For example, there's one rune where, and this is fantastic. This saved me on some of the end areas. There's one rune that you can get where if you have, it's called the Rich Get Richer. It's where you have 100 armor, you'll have infinite ammo. And then if you max out that rune by doing something, and I can't remember what it is for that one, but it'll drop it. Then if you max it out, then it'll become, you only need 75 armor to have infinite. And so that's one that I tried to max out pretty quickly, and I did. And so now I only need 75 armor, and I'll have infinite ammo. So that's really helpful on the bosses, because you can go in there with, you know, full I'm saying ammo, full armor. You need 75 armor to have infinite ammunition. And so you know, I went into a couple of the end bosses or whatever, and I just laid into them until they were dead, because you know, I was just making sure to avoid getting hit, and you don't have to worry about ammo or anything like that. Anyway, it's a little meta game. I think I don't know if I normally find it fun. I'm finding it fun in Wolfenstein. I'm finding it fun in Doom. They're easy enough that I don't. They're not too much of a struggle. The rune challenges were a little bit tricky. There was one, I think it took me like 35 or 40 tries to do. But
wow. But I mean, that's fun. That's like, it's like doing tricks in Tony Hawk or something, right?
Yeah. So I definitely like those games, and I'm definitely interested in. I haven't played Wolfenstein 2 yet. I haven't played Old Blood. I'd like to go back to those because I really enjoyed Wolfenstein New Order, or whatever it was called, the first one. And I'll probably get into the second. I wasn't enjoying Doom as much as Wolfenstein. If you had asked me earlier in the game, I would have said I still like Wolfenstein more, but I'm not. They're different games.
They are. Yeah.
They have a different feel. I mean, I know there's some similarities, but they're kind of different experiences. And I do like the story and the thing about Wolfenstein quite a bit. So.
Okay, so they are very different games and different experiences, but at the same time, it is possible that they exist in the same universe, which is kind of exciting, right?
Yeah. Is that true? I don't. So if that's a spoiler for the end of Doom, I haven't hit the end of it yet. I don't know how that would be, but
it's just speculation.
Okay,
but yeah.
Okay.
I
haven't heard that one.
Cool. I think it would be cool if it was true.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I played a game recently called Rage,
Yeah.
On the 360, and it really felt like a mix of both like Doom and Wolfenstein and a little bit of Fallout, Mad Max stuff. And it was pretty cool because like sometimes you'd do a mission and it would be like Doom, where just run and gun, like never stop running. And then you would be playing another mission that was like a lot more Wolfenstein-esque, where you have to be like a little bit stealthy, and then you kind of have to. And they had like Nazis basically. There's these characters called the Authority that were basically Nazis.
Is that right?
So it felt like a mix of all of them. And now there's that new Rage coming out. Excited about that.
That's cool. Yeah, I bought Rage a couple years ago, also on 360 for dirt cheap, and I know it's id or ID. How do you pronounce it?
Id, probably.
I know it's those same guys, and so yeah, you might inspire me to pull that one out. I think I still have it. It's on the shelf, sealed.
I don't want to inspire you to pull anything out on this Hangout. I don't.
Yeah, no more. Yeah, we don't. We had enough bat away.
Who do you think you are, Batman?
Yeah. I'm no Batman. Okay, but no, I have Rage up on the shelf, sealed. So probably that's too much effort for some of us to.
Yeah, you might as well just download it.
Actually, on the topic of suggestive Batman material, what I've been flipping through while you guys talked about Doom and Wolfenstein was this comic, Grayson. Yeah. And if you know his first name, then you know that this joke was, no pun intended, long in coming.
Oh, geez.
For one of the comics.
See, I knew you liked the dating sims. I knew you were into that.
Yeah, they definitely tried to get a lot of ladies in on this comic because it's basically James Bond but Robin, and lots of shirtless stuff in here. It's a good comic though, but I was
sounds like it. Va-va-va-voom!
It actually is a really good comic, but I was like just the sillier stuff. I was trying to find the panel where they name his butt cheeks. Jim and Juan, if you were wondering.
Wow.
That aside, though, this is a seriously good comic. Written by Tom King, who went on to do the main Batman title. Where... It's easier to just put them down flat somewhere than actually try and put them back on the shelf. But, I wish they didn't do the Batwang thing in Damned, because that's going to be the only thing that comic is known for, even though it's apparently really good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Like, I haven't looked it up. The image. They've censored it from like some of the digital ones and the reprints of the physical. But the Batwang is going to be a collector's item at some point. But like, there's a lot of supernatural stuff in there with like all the like Justice League Dark characters like Constantine and Zatanna and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dead Man. I do want to read it, but wait until all 3 issues are out. Anyway, we don't have to talk about Batman anymore. Actually, I will just show one thing just because it is CC related. I will show that comic that is the Trade Paper Cast Book of the Month. They haven't recorded the show yet, but this is Thrill Killer. It's pretty good.
Who did the art on the cover?
It's trying to make sure that's the name of the artist. Dan Brereton. Brereton.
Oh, Dan Brereton.
Yeah, it's. I've never tried to say his last name. This is the first comic I've read with his work in there. It's kind of a pretty 60s type take. Elseworlds story. Anyway, video games.
Sorry, I was just trying to catch up on the chat there.
Yeah, I'm probably way behind.
Catherine,
the chat is way more active than.
Yeah, I don't know what's with. There's some people here in the chat. Like, I guess Musty's watching baseball, but Bill, what's going on there, Bill?
A lot of chat going on about cold medication.
Yeah. Catherine's sick, and is she in the room with you, Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Catherine.
Feel better, Catherine.
Yeah. Yeah. Please feel better. It's not the same when you're not calling me a joke.
Is that right?
Thank you.
She says thank you.
Yeah.
Bill's working. That's okay, William.
Yeah, you gotta pay the man. Anyway.
This is a random sidebar, but then again, this is an entire thing of random sidebars. I see you're using one of those like kind of the gaming chairs, Miles.
Oh, am I? Pickups, baby. No, I got this a long time ago.
Yeah, you probably talked about it on the podcast, and I didn't listen.
Yeah. It's an AK Racing. It's because I like to game, but I also like to go fast. You know what I'm saying? I like when the wind blows through my hair. That's why I got it's green, the color of money.
Wow.
Anyway, so how is that chair? I've been wondering how those are. Like I know
it's no good. No, it's good. I like it.
Nice.
I feel like I'm a captain of a starship. And it's green for Xbox.
Yeah, the USS Mountain Dew.
USS Mountain Dew.
Musty asks in the chat if anyone is going to see Venom. No. Or at least I'm not. You guys at all interested in that movie?
I'll see it if it falls on my lap.
See you, Travis.
Bye, Travis.
Yeah, I've heard that like people have been comparing Venom to the Catwoman movie.
Ooh.
In terms of quality, so that's not a good sign. Not that I was expecting anything great out of that movie. That's the start of a Spider-Man universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
Whereas they're also releasing a Spider-Man movie that has 5 Spider-Men in it. Well, there's a Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider, they're calling her in the comic, in the movie, and a Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham? He's going to be in the next Homecoming movie?
No, it's Are you messing with me?
A little bit. There's an animated movie, right?
Yeah, the Into the Spider-Verse. They just released the second trailer for that. Spider-Ham. Spider-Pig is the Simpsons thing. It's easy to mix up.
Oh, yeah.
They do make a joke about that in the comics, ironically enough. People always getting that wrong. I really think that Into the Spider-Verse looks super good, but I always kind of get tired of the Spider-Verse stuff in the comics where it's like all the different spider people, and it's like, how many spider people do we actually need?
Yeah. I don't know. That's too many spider people.
Yeah,
there should just be Spider-Ham, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it off there, you know?
Have them team up with Howard the Duck.
Mm-hmm. And Rocket.
Yeah, go to the all-Duck universe and fight off against Doctor Doom. Team up with Doctor Strange.
It's like Kingdom Hearts, but for Marvel.
Yep. The thing is, I'm not even joking. Those are actual things that exist. They did the clone conspiracy. It's like, were you tired of seeing 20 different Spider-Men? Here's clones of everyone that's died. That's not boring at all.
That was like late 90s comics, right?
Well, that's the original Clone Saga. I'm talking about an actual comic that happened like a year or two ago.
Oh, no.
Clone conspiracy.
Why are they going back to that?
I don't know. You know what did really well in Spider-Man comics back in the day? Clones. People didn't get tired of that at all. At least Spider-Verse had the freaking Japanese Spider-Man from the TV show and his mech in it for like an issue.
You know what we need? We need a good jumping off point for our audience. you know, just something to make them go, you know what? I don't need this comic anymore.
Yeah, bye.
Remove this from my box, please. I don't
Hey
want
guys,
this every month.
Remember the Jekyll? Remember how much you loved the Jekyll? No.
It's almost like once every few years, DC writers get to write for Marvel, and Marvel gets to write for DC. They're just like, let's tank this issue. How fast can you guys tank Spider-Man?
I mean, it took him 10 years. It was written by Dan Slott, who's been writing since like 2008. His run just ended. It took him like 8 years to get to Clones, to be fair.
So he really did exhaust all possible options.
Yes, he basically made Spider-Man into Iron Man at that point, to the point where they made jokes about like Tony Stark saying like, "Why is Spider-Man doing my thing? Like, why is Peter Parker pretending to have Spider-Man be his bodyguard? Like, and why is he running like this $1 million company? It's like, why with all the gadgets and the armor, and it's like he's totally stealing my thing." Except then Mary Jane goes to work for Tony Stark because continuity. Comics are weird. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the deal with Mysterio is in the next MCU Spider-Man incarnation.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal is an interesting choice. Then again, Mysterio is an interesting choice.
I think Mysterio is a great choice. Like,
Yeah.
they haven't done it yet. And Mysterio is a pretty interesting character, too.
Yeah.
It'll be very different than all the other ones that have come before it.
Yeah, and this one's in London. Or something. England.
School trip? Is this a school trip?
Yeah, it's like called Far From Home. So, which of course was leaked by Tom Holland on Twitter or something.
Do you think Captain Britain is going to be in it? Probably, right? Who do you think's playing him?
I would actually really like it if Captain Britain was in there.
Excalibur? Yes, he has to work with Excalibur now.
Are you actually familiar with Captain Britain?
Not really. I read a couple issues of Excalibur, but
yeah, Excalibur's a good time from what I've read of it. I've read the first 3 issues, but if you want to just read something that's absolute madness, there's no way to read this legally right now. But find a certain website where you can read comics for free, and track down. This is the easiest way to read Captain Britain, is to look up the X-Men archives starring Captain Britain. It's like 7 issues, and it collects all the stuff that was like in British anthologies, and it's colorized versions of some of the black and white versions of the stories. But
so
go ahead.
Sorry, my question was Captain Britain a different company and then Marvel bought it?
No, but they had a different like Marvel UK line of books, and he was their character.
Okay.
But then they brought him in with Excalibur and like the first like 14 issue run of Captain Britain. But actually, a video game connection. Captain Britain in his original costume appeared in the issue of Spider-Man that had arcade in it that the X-Men and Spider-Man game was eventually based off of. Like, they were based off of an issue of Spider-Man and an issue of X-Men. Changed a bunch of stuff around, and made it terrible, unlike the comic, which was actually good.
Oh, man. I remember getting that game, being so excited about it.
Yeah.
That was like, you know, a special occasion. You get a game brand new. Bought that stupid Super Nintendo game, and it was just so terrible, and I kept forcing myself to play it, hoping it would get better.
Yeah, but then you stick around for the funky music that sounds like the opening for like a Starsky and Hutch type show. Which, not a random reference, because the guy that did the music for Spider-Man
No.
Hitman actually did end up doing the music for the Starsky and Hutch PS2 game. Anyway, back to Captain Britain to finish what I was saying about that, which is the most riveting thing in the universe. But after a couple issues of that, which was like six pages a piece because it was like in an anthology. But after a few issues, Alan Moore started writing it. So like Watchmen and all those things. Like I'm mostly just saying for people that are mad enough to be watching the archive of this or something. But he wrote Captain Britain for a while, and it got real weird real fast. So track down those archive issues. And
maybe I'll just
have a good time.
read when Alan Moore picks it up.
Yeah, it's like maybe 20 pages of not Alan Moore total. Like an issue of the.
Are those crickets?
Yes.
Wow, they're so loud.
They're not that loud, but they are audible.
No, yeah. I'm not saying that it's deafening or something.
I know.
I'm
great?
just. No, it's just very different from outside my apartment right now.
It was more deafening when it was just me and Yoshi.
I know.
It definitely set the
It's
mood.
almost like a joke. Yeah.
Anyway, while you guys were talking, I managed to finish something. Who wants to see if it works?
Okay. What would be the funniest thing for him to pull out right now?
Wait.
I'm just gonna let that stand.
Wait, well, what? If it failed?
No, it won't.
It might.
Where the heck's the power? There's the power brick. Oh, it always might. Maybe it's always an option. Maybe is always an option.
I don't think it works, man.
Oh, bummer, dude. Bummer. Like,
what is with this
bummer.
shot?
Come on.
Phil actually mentions that he has a Spider-Man Captain Britain crossover issue. Not sure. They get trapped by a kid. So that's a Marvel Team Up 63 or 64, something like that.
Yeah, it's a working game here.
Sounds like a good year, yeah.
Huzzah.
I wasn't expecting anyone to have the exact issue I was talking about.
That wasn't too painful. That didn't take too long.
Yeah, cool to have another working thing to sell.
Okay, I'm gonna head out. It's been real and it's been fun. So nice to see you all again.
Yeah. Thank you for lying.
Hey, take care, Miles.
Take care. You know what? Let's not make it so long next time. You know, keep in touch.
Okay.
And talk about something other than comics and
stuff. Well, I'm here every week, so yeah, jump in.
Yeah.
Every week, eh?
Well, almost. All right, bye, Miles.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Sorry, I have to make a little bit more noise. Because I have to solder in a battery terminal.
There's a button for that.
What? Making noise?
Yeah, I believe it's called a mute button.
Mute.
It's only going to take a second.
Self-correction with the Spider-Man Captain Britain comic. It's actually it would be issue 66 of Marvel Team Up, because I know everyone was waiting on that correction. But
that's it. That's all the noise.
Okay. But you teamed up in 65 and 66. 63 and 64 were Iron Fist issues. No
Sorry.
joke.
I didn't feel like muting myself for that amount of noise.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't know. I made another working Game Gear.
We talked about that, Yoshi.
We did?
Yes, just now.
When?
When you mentioned you fixed a Game Gear.
Huzzah! So.
Yeah, well, we squeezed another hour out of that one. Um,
I'm replacing the screen on this stupid thing anyway.
I will. I don't. I'll throw this out there. Last week on the Hangouts, I'm sorry. I know I've tweeted about this, but my order for that PlayStation 4 was canceled.
yeah, it sucks. Or it's great, depending on what side of the table you're looking
Well,
at.
yeah, Melissa thinks it's great, but
What?
I should have some money for more money for PRGE now.
Yeah.
So what type of PS4 did you try to buy?
The limited edition, the 500 million limited edition that they launched in August that sold out within 5 minutes. For some reason, a week ago, Dell got stock, and they threw it up, and Musty informed me, and I ordered it. Was able to place the order, but 3 or 4 days later, they canceled it because they just oversold. I'm still baffled. I guess a company, Dell has done mail order for longer than Amazon. I mean, Dell's been around for over, they got to be going close to 30 years. Yeah. They've been doing mail order by phone, they've been doing that a long time. How they're still not able to know how much stock they have of something blows my mind. I mean, computers are pretty fast. They should be able to figure out how to do an atomic order that says every time somebody orders one of these things, we take one out of our inventory.
Hey, Musty.
I'm still baffled by stuff like that.
The fact that they can't manage to do that.
Look, I'm sure it's complicated. Okay, I've worked in computers long enough to know that it's complicated. I get it. Everybody says that. I'm not sure why in this particular case, when a company like Dell, who's been doing this for 30 years, can't keep track, and I'm betting they had less than 50 of these things. Why they can't keep track of them every time an order is placed?
They probably didn't think that far ahead.
Well, it probably has to do with distributed systems and all that stuff, but really, it's not. It can be done. Databases, I don't know how. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not an expert in the area, but it seems ridiculous. It seems like not something that should be that difficult to do.
Well,
apparently it is.
In somewhat related news, I had my first comp sci test this week.
Yeah.
I think I did really well on all the high point problems and screwed up on the basic C++ math problems.
Okay.
Integer division.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Not a thing I'm very happy about, but it's a thing.
Speaking of other things, I guess. Hey, Musty, because you joined a minute ago, and you're not audible.
What's his deal? Yeah, I haven't heard him speaking yet. Nope.
How about now?
Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Can you hear him now?
Yes,
We can
right
hear
now.
him now.
So any insightful comments you had, Musty, we did not hear earlier.
All the insightful comments.
Which is why we were talking.
You
over
won't
probably.
you won't believe what I said.
Number 6 was will blow our minds.
That's exactly true. Yeah.
All right.
Trying to. This game's going to extra innings.
Is
Of
it
course.
the Cubs? Are the Cubs playing?
It's the wild card. Yeah, it's the wild card. So it's an elimination game for whoever loses is out.
I know I'm going to get wrapped in the mouth for this, but what year did they win the World Series? Was that 16?
2 years ago.
2?
16.
Who won it last year?
The Astros.
All right.
Houston.
That's why you got to come back to PRGE, Musty.
I know.
That was
Well,
the year, weren't it? Wasn't it?
It was the year.
Yeah.
Oh, why is
Freaking
it?
Sonic on Game Gear, man.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
It's fine. I've
Other way.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't make it louder, though.
I'm just testing the battery connection, and it seems to work. And it seems that the Game Gear browns out at 5 volts.
Really, 5?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's got 6 batteries in it, so that's actually pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay.
I've probably asked this before, but does anyone know if the Game Gear Sonics that are on the Mega Collection Plus, if those are the Master System ones or the actual Game Gear versions?
It's the same game.
No, I know, but like,
It specifically says that it's the Game Gear.
yeah, but you get the wider viewing angle on the Master System ones. I mean, the easiest way to find this out would just be to literally start my PS2 up and put the game in.
Mega Collection Plus.
Yeah,
That's a PS2 game.
and Xbox and GameCube, but yeah. So,
Okay, I don't think I have that one. I have the other one. I have the Gems, the one that has Sonic CD on it. That came with a couple of Game Gear games. Does it help you to find out the answer to that?
no, this is the game I'm talking about. I hope Yoshi's washing his hands.
Yeah,
Yes. I'm washing flux off my hand.
Oh, what the
That stuff
flux?
is nasty.
One way, I mean,
Exactly.
one way you can tell. I mean, like you said, FitNat is the Master System versions would have a 240 by 192 pixel screen, whereas the Game Gear one would have a much smaller screen. I forget what the resolution of the Game Gear is.
Are you telling him to count the pixels?
I mean, you can.
Well, I'm
tell by,
hoping
like,
that you could probably
how
eyeball it.
Yeah, how much area of the level you can see around Sonic versus like how tight
Yeah,
it is
that's
on
the
sprite.
easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
There's my screwdriver.
The short answer is no, I don't know.
Okay. I'll throw that in later and find out.
For what it's worth, Yoshi, the Game Gear has a slightly better color palette than the Master System.
Slightly.
Okay, significantly.
There you go. What's it like? 512 colors versus like 3,000 something, 30,000 something, or something stupid. I can't remember.
I don't remember. I know.
I'm gonna step away for a minute.
I thought it was just the difference between a 16 and a 6. I thought it was just Master System.
Difference between 8-bit and 16-bit color palettes.
Huh?
They put an 8-bit system with a 16-bit color palette on the Game Gear, I think.
I thought, is that right? I thought the Game Gear only had a 64-bit color palette. And
that would be even
System
bigger.
Says 16. No, I'm sorry. Not 64-bit. 64 entry. 6-bit color palette. And the Master System has a 4-bit. But the Master System has... But they have 2 palettes. One is for the tiles. One is for the sprites. And the Master
I'm going to
System,
have to Google this,
Yeah, I can do it. I'm going based on my memory. I never wrote the Game Gear emulation for my thing, so...
Yeah, I'm glad I took this board out because it's filthy.
You got to ultrasonic clean it.
With a screen?
Ultrasound.
If I was taking the screen off, I would do that. I'm not going to put the glass Game Gear screen into the ultrasonic cleaner because it's just asking for it to break.
Oh. All right. I guess. I mean, if you don't want it to break, sure.
If I was putting a new screen on it, I probably would just throw it in there. Other than the fact that it takes like 2-3 hours to heat up the ultrasonic cleaner. I tried getting one of the immersion water heaters, and that popped my GFCI outlet in like seconds.
All right.
As in, you put the heater into the water, and the outlet pops. Which told me that, hey, this is, electrocuting the water. Does that sound like a good idea to you? A shock hazard? I'm not a fan of shock hazards. I know from experience. Shock hazards are not cool, man. They're not cool at all. So I did contact Amazon about that and complained. because like it had a no refunds policy on it, like no refunds, no returns, no exchanges. So I contacted Amazon customer support and was like, "Hey, this thing is a shock hazard. Can I have my money back, please?"
Yeah.
And they're
Didn't
like, yes, you can. I'm like, you sold me a shock hazard for $10. I can electrocute myself if I want to.
I didn't like being electrocuted by your product.
Yeah, that's basically what I told him, and he's like, "Oh my god, we're so sorry." Damn it. I lost one of the stupid little pads for the Game Gear.
Mm.
It's here, somewhere, under a bunch of crap.
I hate that.
What, when you lose something and it's under a bunch of crap?
Drop a screw into like a friggin' nightmare mess on the table or something. It's like, I'm never going to find this thing.
Or the carpet.
Or the carpet, yeah.
Drop into a 603 component into the carpet.
Yes.
You're never going to find that until you go to vacuum and then you have it rattling around in your damn vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. That's right.
Of course, the non-electronics people have no idea what I'm talking about.
I ordered the NES Visual Compendium today.
Nice.
How's that for a non sequitur?
Who's the author on that?
I don't know. Bitmap Books, the one in the UK. They're the guys doing the Sega Master System one.
Gotcha.
I saw a tweet that said it was
gone.
in stock, so I ordered it. Melissa's listening. She'll probably kill me.
She'll be like, how dare you order more stuff we don't need?
I'll get that, and I'll get the Master System one in February when it comes out.
Don't worry, Melissa. You just don't know that you need it yet.
I saw that
I'm sure Eric will convince you later.
Yeah,
the pre-order for the Final Fantasy Ultimanium 2 and 3 are up.
Yeah. Well, I pre-ordered 2. It was like $25.
Yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. I really need to, but.
And 3. So I have 1. I pre-ordered 2 for $25, and 3 was like $35. And I'm like, well, both 1 and 2 went to sub 30 prices in a pre-order. So I'll just wait for number 3 to go to that, and I hope I'm taking a chance. But I think you should be able to get them all for under 30 each.
What?
Under 30 each.
What are we talking about?
The Ultimania. Do you have 1, Musty?
No, I don't. I haven't gotten it yet.
It's over there. Mine's still shrink wrapped, so you can tell how much. I haven't read the Art of Atari book yet. I think I bought that 2 or 3 years ago now.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
I stopped buying books because I don't read them. I don't even read my textbooks I'm supposed to read.
Oh, yeah. I still have a shrink wrapped textbook from college. Which is it sounds worse than it is. It's a class I dropped, but I'm like, I really wanted to take the class, so I kept the textbook. But I never cracked it open. So
you're like, I'll eventually read this textbook.
Yeah, Melissa was pissed. Because Yoshi, that had to have been a $90 textbook. And I know they're only more expensive.
At least.
Now. They're more
textbooks cost like $200 fucking a piece now.
Yeah, that's insane. Anyway.
And there's a reason I cursed, because there's nothing like paying a couple $100 for a textbook and then finding out that you're only going to use it for like 2 or 3 fucking problems.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm cursing, because that pisses me off. And that happens way too frequently in college. I'm like, I should have just downloaded the PDF like the rest of my classmates. But me and my insistence to have dead tree format.
So I'm playing the Game Gear Sonic. I cannot tell with the first one. I also have a problem because the cable is not reaching all the way to where I am. So I'm in a very awkward position. The viewing angle on the first one seems fine. I don't know if I have the second one unlocked, because I also don't have sufficient memory card space to access my original file. I have no idea if you need to unlock 2. That would be a hell of a thing to need to unlock the second game to your title.
That
What
kind
an
of suck,
achievement.
yeah.
So the viewing angle wasn't as much of an issue in the first one, right?
There was an issue in all of them.
Okay. Well, the first one looks really good. And I quit this from the menu.
I mean, can you tell how big the character sprite is compared to the screen? I mean, if it looks pretty big, then it's the Game Gear version. If it looks more like Mario, like a little tiny guy sitting in a big field, then that's the Master System.
It's kind of medium, kind of like a normal Sonic type look.
Okay.
They may have also adjusted it to the bigger screen.
Yeah. Which means it's
Although, I don't know why they do the extra work for that. That just doesn't make sense to me.
So you do have to unlock the second one. That's something. How do you unlock it?
Anyway, chem wipes. Very useful. No crap.
Game Gear. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going back to Musty's comment. Those Final Fantasy Ultimania books, shrink wrap, as I mentioned, that mine are still shrink wrap. But from what I can tell, they're a very nice product, Musty. But I am literally judging a book by its cover here. Is he dead?
I just hear my crickets.
His microphone went out again, it seems like.
Who's dead?
There you
What?
go.
Oh, you just weren't talking.
I wasn't talking. Sorry.
But don't you like my crickets?
Yeah.
They're pets.
I believe the worst word you were looking for was pests.
Yeah, pests.
What? I was off by 2S? By an S? What could possibly go wrong?
What a Bubsy reference.
Yes.
I'm gone.
I use that one constantly.
Yeah,
That's the first time someone actually knew where it came from.
More like a bridge too short.
Oh, God. Hey, at least I wasn't the only one tortured by that game as a kid.
Nope. I have my original copy on the shelf behind me.
See, my dad bought that game and thought it was cool. And I was like, this game sucks. Well, not really, because I was a kid, so I didn't really understand. But something about it just seemed weird and not as good as the other games I had.
Yeah. It's kind of like how I didn't know any better that Batman Forever was bad at the time.
Yeah, you don't know these things until you grow up and try to play them again and go, what in the... What is this? Why?
You can obviously tell that like something was amiss. But you're a kid.
As an adult? Yeah.
No, I mean as a kid, you can tell that it's maybe something's a little off.
But I don't know, it's a game, I should play it. They bought it for me.
Batman, who cares?
You know what I hate?
Mm-mm.
Removing old Game Gear screen adhesive.
Mm.
It sucks. So sticky. Sticky black crap. Okay, let's try solvents.
I'm making sure Prime is ready to go for the morning.
Oh yeah, I got to beat that game tonight so I can listen.
So should I play?
I mean, there really is nothing that we talk about from a story standpoint that you being 12 chapters in are gonna
get spoiled.
Have taken away from you.
If I've got,
so I should play it.
If I've gotten the BFG, I'm good to listen.
I would say so. I mean,
the story isn't exactly the best.
We do acknowledge what the like last big encounter is, but yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll leave that up to you, like whether you are or are not okay with that, because
okay. Well, you'd always just try and finish off the last few levels. Or something.
I could always
There's-
start the game.
Yeah.
You'd always restart the game, which is what I was planning on doing.
Actually,
Also,
that's probably what I should do.
I found out what the problem was for Sonic Mega Collection Plus, for why I couldn't play Sonic 2.
Yeah.
It's not on it. That's why. They have the original Game Gear Sonic, but not the second one.
That would do it.
Yep. That'll do.
For why?
Because it sucks, that's why. There was
The
no
second
demand-
one?
Yeah.
Well, the original one is better.
Yeah. What was the second
That's
one
actually
on?
my favorite Sonic game, by the way.
The Game Gear first one?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
which baffles people because I know people that hate it. They're like, but it's not fast at all. It's a good platformer, but it's not fast. I want Sonic to be fast.
The first one on Genesis was barely fast in comparison to 2 and the other ones after that.
Well,
Or
the problem
barely-
with the Sonic games is they trick you to think you're supposed to go fast,
And then you're
and
not.
you can only go fast in those games if you know exactly where everything is and played them
Yeah.
1,000 freaking times.
Okay, so apparently Sonic 2 is in the Gems collection.
So they put it in a different collection, so you go
Yep.
buy another game.
Yep.
Well, the Gems is worth buying for Sega Sonic CD. It's the only other way to play that game, as far as I know.
Actually,
No,
you can
you-
play Sonic CD in a lot of things now.
Oh yeah, you can play it on your phone
Yeah,
for free.
For the longest
Yeah.
time, that was the only way to play it.
Yeah, for the
Not
longest
having-
time, but now it's like on Xbox, it's on probably PS4, not PS4, but PS3 probably.
with save states.
PC. Yeah, and it's a kind of semi remake because Christian Whitehead kind of did a from the ground up rebuild of it with some extra improvements.
Yes.
Stuff.
Sega CD, Windows, GameCube, PlayStation 2. That I'm surprised to hear. Android, PlayStation 3, 360, iOS, Windows Phone, Ouya, and Apple TV.
So everything.
All the
Wow.
stuff.
You can play it on your freaking Apple TV, people. For the 5 of you that have those.
Yeah.
Yes,
Alrighty
I fired
then.
some shots.
I got a pickup.
I did too.
There was an eBay coupon that was good for like a day or two, and it was $5 off of a purchase of $5 or more. So I found something that I was looking at that normally is in the 10 plus range, and I got it for $5. So I managed to find my Street Fighter Alpha Anthology complete for $5
Yay!
after that. So now I can play Gem Fighter,
That's
Nice.
awesome.
which is pocket
Huzzah.
phase.
Can
And
I see
then
the cover again?
Yeah.
Can you hold it up again?
There you go. Like
Wait.
this.
There-
Make it big.
There
Okay.
you go.
Now I know what to look for. Can I see the spine?
Yes, you may. It looks like this.
Okay. So nothing.
Red background, white text.
Cool.
But it fills the whole side.
Yeah.
If that's
Okay.
helpful.
Got to know what those spines look like, man.
Now, as I understand, Ryan was mentioning that NJ Retro had a copy on his Facebook post because apparently he was posting some of his stuff.
Yeah, I snagged something from him. I guess
Okay.
that is
Okay.
another pickup.
Sonic CD.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I guess I should show some of my cool pickups.
Wait. I'm sorry, Musty. What were you saying a minute ago?
Jason has that in among his posts, but if you're not friends with him on Facebook, I don't know if you can see them, and so
Yeah.
Probably
no,
not.
Yeah. Okay.
I did buy a couple things off of him.
Okay. Did you have pickups, Yosh?
Yeah, but let me finish putting this stupid screen on here first.
All right. Do you guys see that turbo lot that Haji has?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Haji got some turbo games?
I wonder what he's
Is
going
he
to sell.
selling them?
What's
Yeah,
that?
he's
He wants
got
to
a
sell it as a
whole-
lot.
That is a significant. I was just gonna ask what he was even looking at for price.
I know,
not
that's
in
what
the
I was gonna
market.
ask. I wouldn't be surprised if
I
it was
am
$1,000
Curious about that.
Canadian.
Only
$1,000.
curious, I'm sure.
Well, because it's got like both Bonk games, right?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
It
Just
has
on its own.
Newtopia. It has a Magical Chase cassette tape. I have no idea what that. I think it's a cassette. It's not the game. The game is worth thousands, I think.
Yeah.
It has something Magical Chase. That's probably a bunch. It has
Yeah.
Newtopia, Splatterhouse.
Hmm.
It's a Turbo Graphics with a Turbo Tap. Yeah, that's got to be. I was wondering. The thing is I have. Yeah, there's only 2 games in that whole bundle I want, or 3 maybe.
Everyone but Yoshi, did you guys see my pickups when I showed them?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have to show those again then.
Your
I
comic
don't know.
and
The
Fist of the North Star. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
They've already been showed. Like one person will get that joke. Anyway.
Sorry, it's not I.
Yeah, I know.
I hate rescreening Game Gears. I hate
All right.
rescreening most consoles. I don't mind the electronics. I hate the fiddly little crap I have to do afterwards.
Yeah. All right,
Right
I'm
now.
gonna go play Doom.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna call it a night. I got to get it done
Anyway,
so I can be done. See you
So-
guys. Musty, are you gonna be around next week, or is that
Yes.
your
Cool.
I'll be here next week, but then I won't be the week following. So
Yeah,
if
that's
there's
fair.
any if there's any coordination that we need to do that I can't do, with like just a normal call.
okay.
Try
So
and do next week. So
I heard
Alright.
you guys like N64s.
Ooh,
The one person that would actually be relevant to is not here.
strawberry one. Or
It's watermelon. Yeah.
strawberry.
So I got
That's
this
from-
off of NJ Retro.
Strawberry.
I
Pig.
also have,
That's
I don't
what
know
it
if I
was,
showed this one
strawberry
last
pink.
week, but I have one of the green ones, so the Jungle Green N64.
Yeah, cool.
Both of those are HDMI fodder, so I can mod them and sell them for like 400 plus.
Wow.
Well, the kit costs like $130 each,
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not
which is why they're
doing it yet.
So- damn expensive. And the green one and the orange one both have matching controllers and power cords and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
I picked up some more sports games. Guess
Oh.
what they're for?
To mod into other repro sports games.
They're going to be repros, but not sports
Yeah,
games.
I know.
They're going to turn into RPGs.
How come nobody ever makes repro sports games?
Make them all golf.
Yeah.
I will take your $1,000 NES game and make golf.
Golf.
Troy Aikman football.
Yes.
Or Gorf. I don't know if that's a Super Nintendo thing.
Yeah, I will piss off all of the collectors. Then again, I already piss off collectors by making repros, but whatever.
Yeah.
I also picked up the bouncer off of him,
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
and I think my other thing is on the other side of the room, so I should go get that. Because I got one more game. And guess what it is?
An RPG.
Actually, no.
I
I will let you guess again.
A sports game that you're going to repro.
No. I'm done with those.
Okay. I have no idea then.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
That would have been a good guess. Nice.
My $25 Mega Man copy
You
that I
trade,
haven't even played yet.
did you trade stuff in for that, or?
I bought it off Amazon.
Oh, why was it $25 then?
Because I ordered it before Amazon got rid of their pricing.
Oh, so they had the wrong placeholder up.
No, I ordered it when they still had the pre-order
Oh,
pricing discount.
okay. That seems like an extreme discount. Or it's like $30 there, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
$30 game. It was
Okay, I was
discounted
I
to.
was thinking 40 because of Canada.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I get the U.S. prices, not the
No,
Canadian
it's totally
prices.
fine.
Damn it! I'm gonna have to use a different freaking screen because this one's no good. I hate that. These stupid screens cost like $5 each,
Hmm.
and at least one out of every batch I order ends up being no good. Or it was screwed
you
up
guys
glue.
were aiming to kind of end the show, weren't you?
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
That's fine.
Eric was looking to leave at
Oh,
least.
yeah, I was just going to go play Doom. I wasn't saying you got to end the show.
Well,
But
we
yeah,
don't really have a heck of a lot to talk about anyway. So
I just want to wrap it up tonight so I can make sure I
Yeah.
get it done. All right. Well,
So, should I start Doom?
sure.
Oh, I have something to talk about. I'm thinking about buying like a capture card and a mic and a camera.
You talked about
And
this 3 other times.
we did?
Yes,
When?
at the start of the show and in the middle of the show. And
I
don't-
didn't get a chance to provide input.
That's kind of why I was asking it again.
What are you
Okay.
planning on running through that capture card? Because
Mostly old games, but also some new stuff
how new is the new stuff?
like Switch.
Like Switch. Okay. I haven't tried running my Switch through my Elgato HD, which is not the newest edition.
I was looking at the Avery Media Live Gamer 2, which is an internal capture card. Because I've heard that the internal cards are much better than the external ones as far as like lag goes and stuff like that.
Sure. I have no knowledge of anything beyond Elgato, so I'm not going to be much help on that front.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
So I've been debating getting that, but then again, by the time I buy that and like, well, I know I want to buy a webcam and some sort of mic because this headphone mic just isn't gonna cut it, you know. And I'd like to get a webcam so I can like use my PC to do these Hangouts and other stuff like that, so I don't have to sit here and use my phone because my phone doesn't like doing it. Very resource intensive. Makes my phone's battery die, and then it gets really hot when I have to charge it.
Mhm.
So I don't know. But yeah. Also, I was thinking about buying one of those cheap $30, $40 HDMI upscalers. Any experience with those?
No, unfortunately.
mm-mm.
I got nothing for you there.
A whole bunch of nothing for me, huh?
Sorry.
No, sorry. I use a Hauppauge PVR rocket because it can record directly to USB.
See, I'm trying to avoid USB because my USB ports are at a premium at the moment.
Yeah.
As in, I don't have enough of them.
Of course.
That's usually what at a premium means.
Well, that, and I also like plug programmers and all sorts of other crap into my PC all the time that most people probably don't bother with. So, like EEPROM programmer and friggin' Altera Flash programmer and all the other crap I have to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got cables and friggin' cords going everywhere. Anyway.
Well, what I meant was the Hauppauge PVR rocket can record directly to a USB stick. It doesn't need a PC at all.
Yeah.
It's.
I'm trying to use it for probably streaming old games, though.
Yeah,
but streaming old and new games. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You need a PC. Yeah. Just for recording video, I can't really recommend it for that, but it's really good at HDMI. It's not very good at detecting the weird sync. It seems to have trouble with my Genesis and my Master System. But it turns out that plugging it into a fancy upscaler like a FrameMaster solves all of those problems.
I'm not trying to buy a FrameMeister.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd buy the kit version of the open source scan converter.
Yeah.
But that's going to cost me like $100 plus shipping.
Yep.
Which probably would be worth it in the end. but I also am planning on, making a RGB splitter box, like a SCART to SCART splitter.
Oh yeah.
If that makes sense, because that can't be that difficult to make. I mean, I just stick a friggin' RGB amp in a box, and then have it run 2 lines.
Let me know. I might.
What? Well, I'd
might
have to
want one.
order. I'd have to order a couple of them anyway, to at minimum of 5 to have them made.
Yeah.
PCBs made. Because I don't like ordering from the U.S. PCB manufacturers because they cost too damn much. And I don't make military stuff, so I don't really care.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck.
What?
My capture solution is pretty crappy.
Well, the whole idea of the RGB splitter box was so that I could have RGB going into the HDMI port and send it to my PVM, so I could play games on my PVM while decent quality videos getting sent to my PC.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be completely lagless because I'm using a cheap splitter. But It also means I'd have to go full ham on RGB SCART cables, but I'm not. I just buy the cheap ones because I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people are like, oh, you got to buy the super expensive shielding cables and blah, blah, blah. No, thank you. Anyway.
Right. I am going to go down.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm
luck.
just rambling and putting consoles back together.
Yep.
Talk to you guys next week.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Musty, did you have anything you wanted to talk about, or should we just?
Not a whole lot. The Doom episode is ready to go for tomorrow, so
Nice.
Should be out in the morning.
Okay.
So
I wish I could say I'd listen, but
you should. I mean,
I'm pretty bad at
what it's
listening to
worth, I
podcasts
wouldn't-
in general.
for what it's worth, I wouldn't worry too much about, like, we don't go super deep into story because, for what it's worth, it's Doom.
Yeah, there is not much story.
There's not much. We talk about it a bit, but, we address who/what the end major encounter is. But aside from that, that is not going to rob you of your that should rob very few people of their experience. Let me just say.
Yeah. I don't know. I might listen to it eventually after I play the game, but I don't spend a lot of time playing video games anymore.
Unless it's gambling and Dragon Quest.
Yeah. I'm trying. I have this weird thing where I try to only play one game at a time, and I keep picking really long RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
So I end up not playing much of anything, which I don't really know what the heck I'm supposed to do about that anymore.
I mean, the other less suitable alternative is that you play something different every single night, and then you never really commit to working your way through anything. So I mean, the fact that you're able to maintain playing just a single
one
game
for like a long period of time.
Yeah, I mean that's
because I picked Dragon Quest 7 up, and that's like a freaking 100-hour game, and I'm pretty much like, well, I'm going to play the couple hours of this every day until I beat it. Mostly when I'm trying to go to bed.
Sure.
And then I end up staying up till like 2 or 3 in the morning. Which isn't good on like Sunday nights when I have to be at campus at 10 a.m. So I have to wake up by 8 and stay there till like 9 p.m. So I have to take a test while I'm half asleep. I don't like taking tests when I'm half asleep.
That's no good.
Speaking of being half asleep, maybe we should end this hangout.
Aw.
That'd be good.
Okay.
I mean, I can get to sleep earlier than I have been, which would be nice. So that's fire. That's totally fair. I'll be back next week though, and I'll check this game.
any sports ball or anything that I should be aware of for next week?
It's quite possible. Well, I mean, so the playoffs are beginning now. Ryan's team is for sure in. My team needs to win tonight in order for my team to be in. I don't know what that does. Ryan still didn't show up today, so
Yeah.
Watch, he'll pop in right now, and the longer we stretch this out, the more likely he'll be to show up.
I will just say before we end it that if anything comes up that is definitely going to make it so there will not be a heck of a lot of attendance next week on Tuesday, let me know.
I don't see anything that would. I don't see anything that would.
Okay. Let me know if anything comes up, though.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Okay, I'm going to end this now.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.